good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Planet Fitness losing $400 million in market cap after their ridiculous reaction to a woman taking a picture of a man in the women's dressing room. It's not just that they didn't really do anything about the guy in the locker room identifying as a woman or whatever he wanted to do. Okay, he's LGBT, trans, or whatever he identifies as, he's a man. Okay, that's just an obvious thing biologically. You are an XY male. However, you identify something different. It's not just that they didn't do anything about that. They actually retaliated against the woman who took the picture and spoke about it on social media, which, in my humble opinion, is the exact opposite of what should have happened. Now, we're going to get into a lot, but first things first, you see this article from the Daily Signal, and you see what it says. Angry Americans muscle $400 million away from pro-trans Planet Fitness. And again, it's not even about, okay, you're a transgender person, you can work out here. You work out wherever you want to work out, it's fine. But then when you are an obvious male going into the women's changing room, I think that'll make most women uncomfortable. Regardless of what your intentions are, regardless of what you identify as, that's going to make most women uncomfortable. And I think a lot of us call this, a lot of us said, when they allowed the whole trans in the bathroom thing, you're going to get obvious, clear males that want to be in women's spaces and get away with it. And they say, well, look, I'm LGBT. What are you going to do? All right. Now, there's more here. Here are the pictures. Now, when I first saw these, I thought it was like two different guys, but I think it's the same guy because we got the same blue towel going on and the same kind of hairstyle. So that's the individual right there. Okay. Obvious biological male, but dressing as a woman to a certain extent. We have on the skirt right here with some stockings and some, purple and pinkish flip-flops with a spaghetti strap top. And right here, this might be the same top one with the towel over it. He's literally shaving his beard in the sink at Planet Fitness in the women's section. Why can't you do that in the men's section? Check it out. I don't care if you have on a dress or nothing like that. Al Bundy, you doing your own thing. That's your business. But again, you shouldn't be in the women's section. And like I said, they use the whole I'm LGBT thing as an excuse. Is this man even LGBT? It doesn't matter if he is or if he isn't. But the reality is he should be in the men's section. Since when did we quarter things off as far as, okay, you're an LGBT man, therefore you're not allowed in the men's space? I don't care what you identify as. If you're a male, you are welcome in the men's space. Unless you're doing something illegal or crazy, which is a whole different story. But in this case, he shouldn't be where he is. And it's just that simple. Now, one thing that they have in Planet Fitness is called a Lunk alarm. And a Lunk alarm sounds when you're doing things that are just a little bit too much. When you're out there on the actual workout space, if they think that you're doing too much, you're grunting, dropping weights or whatever, they ring the Lunk alarm on you. And sometimes they go way overboard with the Lunk alarm to get you to stop doing a thing that might not even be that bad. I wish it would have rung the Lunk alarm on the guy that was in the women's section of the actual bathroom. Let's check out some Lunk alarm fails. Then we're going to get into an interview with Miss Silva, who is, by the way, from good old West Virginia, my birthplace. But let's watch this and keep on going.
Tell me what we did to get the alarm rung on us.
When it's 7:50 and Planet Fitness wants you out by 8.
So you see what they're doing. Okay, they want you out of there at a certain time because it's about to be quitting time. They're ringing the alarm on you. Okay, get out. And then you are kind of doing some basic training, not even really anything too serious, and they ring the alarm on you. You could be shaving your beard in the women's restroom and nothing will happen. And actually something will happen. If you are the one who took the picture, if you are the one who went on social media and reported it, you get your membership revoked and you get banned from all area Planet Fitness locations. That's crazy. Now, let's check this out. This is on, what's this? This is Newsmax. If you guys want to see this particular interview in full, I will link to it in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom.
So that was Planet Fitness customer Patricia Silva recalling an incident at the gym's Fairbanks, Alaska location, where she says a biological man was shaving in the women's locker room. Silva saying that there was a young girl who was in a towel, freaked out by the incident, and so she confronted him.
And then she reported it to staff at the front desk of Planet Fitness, who didn't really do anything, she says. Following her video, though, the video online, Planet Fitness suspended Silva's membership, saying she violated its policies. And since then, Planet Fitness's stock has taken a nosedive. Take a look at these numbers on your screen, dropping by more than 6% in the last week.
Good for them. Good for them for losing that. That's how you combat stuff like this, because what did she do wrong? What policy did she violate? And if she violated policy, then how about the guy that was in the women's locker room, the changing room, shaving his beard? Did he not violate any kind of policy? I mean, what's going on with why is she being punished as sort of a whistleblower in the situation? She shouldn't be punished at all. So yeah, they most certainly deserve the 6.6% market cap drop in just 1 week, and I hope that it continues.
Patricia Silva is the woman who had her membership revoked following the incident. She joins us here on National Report. Patricia, thank you so much for coming on. And again, your video has gone viral. Many people work out again at Planet Fitness. They're seeing a loss, obviously, over this viral video. We watched the video, and seemingly there's no hate speech involved in it. Again, you talked about.
She was very nice. She was very understanding, but at the same time, it's not a one-way street. Being understanding and being nice is not a one-way street. It goes both ways. I'll be nice to you, but you be nice to me. That's kind of the motto in West Virginia, where she's from, where I was born as well. Be nice to you. I'll be nice to you from the beginning, but I need that same thing in return. And if that doesn't happen, now we got a problem.
About your Christianity, your acceptance of everyone, but just the sheer fact of being uncomfortable with a biological man in the women's locker room. Can you take us back to that moment?
I'd be happy to, and I want to first thank you for having me on today. I think this is a very important message for not just for every gender in the world. We need to remember that every life matters, and we want to be able to accommodate, but we also want to keep safe spaces for, men, women, and other. So there are solutions to this problem.
Very well said. Very well said. Very well spoken, and very practical.
You just have to get people to go with that.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I went into the gym, getting ready to work out. And as I walk in the gym, there's a man in the mirror, and his reflection and my reflection, he was actually shaving his face. And full face shaving cream. And I walked past him and counted to 10 because I wanted to be calm. And as I walked out, I noticed that girl sitting in the corner. She was a young girl. I can't say what her age was, but she was wrapped in a towel, and she appeared to be very terrified that this man's in her locker room. And I said to him, hey, and he looked up. I took a picture of him, this one, and I said, I don't want to be vulgar, but I said, you're a man with a penis and you're in a woman's locker room, and that's not okay. You need to leave.
Very, very well said again. So nice, but straightforward. Like, look, don't take my kindness for weakness.
And he argued with me, said, I'm LGB, I'm transitioning, and I can stay. And I said, you're making this a very uncomfortable situation. You need to leave. And he wanted to argue, so I walked out the front door. And as I walked out the front door, I stood at the edge of the bathroom because I wanted the desk was about 25 yards away, and I want everybody in the building to hear me. So I said, excuse me, there's a man in the women's locker room shaving his face, and it's not okay. And so I proceeded to walk out the door. And as I'm going out the door, a woman says, "It's a girl." I said, "It's a man." And that was that take on it. And I walked outside and I videotaped that message. And then I went home. And the next day, about 8:55 a.m., Planet Fitness called me and they said they were canceling my membership because I crossed boundaries. And I said, "Explain, please."
I mean, I want to hear the explanation as well. Like, what boundaries did I cross? If I crossed boundaries, what about the guy that was in the locker room shaving his whole beard in the sink?
And they said, "You took a picture in the men's locker room." And I said, "The sad part about this whole thing is that
I think she meant the women's locker room.
man can walk up to this desk and he can say he's a man, and you're not asking for a government ID that I can tell, and he now gets to enter." Now, it's not just him, it's any man that walks the streets. And that's what costs us our children and our women's vulnerabilities, rapes many times. I mean, this guy might be just fine. He might not be a perpetrator, but guess what? He's a man. He was born man, and he should choose not to be in the women's locker room. And that is my heart.
Yeah.
Very, very well said. And again, I will link to this whole video in the description. It's about 15 minutes long. What she's saying is right on point. It's like, look, whatever you identify as, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you're a male, you're a man. And this is a problem. Like I said, and I called it from the beginning. As soon as they said we can have transgenders in their bathroom of choice, it was all downhill, because now you gave an opening to men who want to be in female spaces. Because let's be clear, women don't really do this. Women don't really go into male spaces. That's not because they are usually weaker than the men, so they'd be at a disadvantage. But a man's at an advantage by being in a woman's space, and he's able to he's able to do what he wants to do. So it's really a bad thing for actual, regular, normal biological women to have men in their spaces. That's why there's a men's dressing room, women's dressing room, men's bathroom, women's bathroom. There are some solutions. You want to have unisex bathrooms, have it be one stall with a lot behind you. So it doesn't really matter who's in there. It's only one at a time. Or have like a transgender gym. Started in San Francisco. Have a spot just for them. So then nobody's tripping. Everybody's on the same page. If people are just on different pages and there's conflict, you're going to have things like this that happen. And unfortunately, she was banned from Planet Fitness, which was probably a blessing for her if they want to allow guys like that to be in there doing whatever they want to do. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who's boycotting Planet Fitness. I'm not going to go to a place like that supports things like this. And I think at a certain point, they're just afraid to make a stand, because if they make a stand, now they're going to be up under the eye of certain political people, and that's going to be bad for the bottom line. But ultimately, if you do nothing, it's bad for your consumers. And with no consumers, there is no bottom line to protect. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the whole situation? Do you think that Miss Patricia was right, wrong, or somewhere in between for taking a picture of the guy in the locker room? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. She's 100% right. Planet Fitness 100% wrong. And I hope that other gyms do not follow in Planet Fitness's footsteps, because you got to protect your consumers. You got to protect your customers. You got to protect the place. It should be a safe space for men, for women to exercise and do what they want to do, rather than a place where you got to walk on eggshells and you're afraid what's going to happen to you, to others, and to the whole situation. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.